Chosen one. Generational curses end with you. Things you need to know. From the beginning, your life has been different. You may not have always understood why you felt the weight of battles that seemed larger than yourself. But here is the truth. You were not sent into this world to repeat the patterns of your bloodline. You were sent to break them. Generational curses. Those cycles of lack, pain, brokenness, fear, poverty, betrayal, abandonment, addiction, and disappointment ran strong in your lineage. But with you, it all stops. You are the breaker, the one appointed to close the old chapter and open the door to freedom, legacy, wealth, and glory. You are chosen because your spirit has the strength to stand against everything that defeated those before you. Stay with me until the very end of this video because your confirmation is not just in the first words. It is in the journey we walk through together. And right now, I want to invite you to declare your alignment with freedom. Go into the comments and write your warmest wishes and type 99. This is not just a comment. It is an act of faith, an energy exchange with the universe, a moment where wishes align with divine timing. As you do this, you are activating a portal of release, declaring that every generational curse ends here and every blessing that was delayed flows freely into your life. Wishes are meant to come true. And today, the universe is listening to your voice. Now, chosen one, like this video. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel, and let's begin. Many in your family could not escape cycles because they did not have the strength, the clarity, or the divine appointment that you carry. You were designed differently, and you can feel it deep inside. Your spirit never allowed you to settle for dysfunction, for repeated mistakes, for the same old story playing again and again. Others accepted the patterns because they felt normal. But for you, the weight was unbearable. Not because you were weak, but because you were never meant to carry it. You were meant to destroy it. You are the curse breaker, and that means you will see opposition that others never saw. The resistance is fierce because your victory shifts not only your life, but generations after you. When you stand firm, you don't just free yourself, you free your bloodline. Think about that power. The poverty that gripped your grandparents, the betrayal that haunted your parents, the sickness that passed through your family, the brokenness that became tradition. It ends with you. You are creating a new inheritance. Abundance instead of lack, stability instead of chaos, love instead of abandonment, wisdom instead of confusion. The children after you will not fight the same demons you did because you were brave enough to face them head-on and refuse to bow. Chosen one, this is why your journey has been so heavy. The struggles you faced were never just about you. They were spiritual generational battles. The opposition has been fierce because the enemy knew who you were before you even understood it yourself. You are dangerous to the cycles that tried to own your family. That's why the pressure was intense, why the loneliness was sharp, why the setbacks felt unending. You were carrying a mantle that many could not bear, and even when you didn't see it, heaven was standing with you. You didn't break under the weight because you were born to carry it and crush it. Every curse is a pattern, and patterns are powerful because they repeat until someone interrupts them. You are that interruption. Think about how many times you felt, I can't keep living like this. That was not weakness. That was the awakening of your purpose. You were never meant to be comfortable in dysfunction. Your spirit is wired for freedom. So, anything that feels like a chain around you will always ignite your fight. That fight is not ordinary. It's divine. It's the weapon that cuts through cycles and tears down strongholds. This is why your victories matter so much, chosen one. When you rise financially, you're breaking the curse of poverty in your family. When you choose love and loyalty, you're breaking the curse of betrayal and abandonment. When you take care of your body, your health, and your mind, you're breaking the curse of sickness and mental torment. When you seek wisdom and elevate your spirit, you are breaking the curse of confusion and limitation. Every decision you make for alignment, growth, and abundance sends a ripple effect into generations that will never meet you, but will live free because of you. You must know this. Curse breaking is not only about saying, "I don't want this anymore." It's about living differently, choosing differently, and demanding differently. The curse stops with you because you refuse to accept what your spirit rejects. You are building a new legacy, brick by brick, choice by choice, mindset by mindset. It doesn't matter if no one applauds you now. Future generations will live in the freedom you're creating, and that is the highest reward. Chosen one, you carry the weight of transformation, but you also carry the promise of destiny. Heaven trusts you with this assignment because heaven knows you are strong enough to finish it. Every curse has an expiration date, and today that expiration date has arrived for your family. It ends here. It ends now. And it ends with you, chosen one. Now that you understand the weight of your assignment, let's go even deeper. The reality of breaking generational curses is not only spiritual, it is also practical. You have been placed in a position where your daily choices carry divine significance. You are not simply living for yourself. You are rewriting an entire history. Every step you take away from dysfunction is a seed planted for freedom. Every boundary you enforce is a wall built against the repetition of old wounds. Every time you decide not to repeat what broke you, you are proving that cycles have lost their grip. What you must know is that curse breaking feels lonely. This loneliness is not a punishment. It is a sacred separation. You were called out from the pattern, and that means you cannot blend with it anymore. When you feel misunderstood, when family or friends cannot see why you are so different, it is because your spirit is ahead of its time. You are walking in a future they cannot yet imagine. Do not allow their blindness to pull you back into cycles you were never meant to continue. Your separation is proof of your transformation. Understand this. When you choose to rise, others may resist you. They may accuse you of being arrogant, distant, or too ambitious. But the truth is, they are simply witnessing what they cannot explain. You are no longer bound to the curse that once bound them. They may not cheer for you now, but when your legacy is established, when your wealth is undeniable, when your peace cannot be shaken, the fruit of your courage will speak louder than any voice that once doubted you. Chosen one, curses break in silence, but blessings manifest in undeniable evidence. This is why discipline is so critical for you. Generational curses thrive where there is no control, no order, no vision. But you, chosen as the breaker, cannot live in chaos. You cannot afford to make choices blindly because every decision echoes beyond you. The way you spend your time, the way you manage your money, the way you treat your body, the way you build your relationships, these are not just random habits. They are the foundations of your new lineage. Your discipline today will be their freedom tomorrow. And I want you to notice something. The battles you fight are often the exact opposites of what you are destined to build. If poverty ran deep in your bloodline, your destiny is wealth and abundance. If betrayal was common in your family, your assignment is to create loyalty and trust. If broken marriages surrounded you, your calling is to build divine partnership. If sickness followed generations before you, your journey is toward health and longevity. Every curse is a mirror of your future, showing you what you must fight in order to claim what was always yours. Chosen one, do not mistake the heaviness of your life for punishment. It is training. Every tear you cried, every failure you endured, every door that shut in your face, it all sharpened your spirit, molded your strength, and prepared you to lead a different future. You have survived things that could have destroyed others, and that survival is not meaningless. It is proof that you carry a resilience that is bigger than the curse. You were chosen because you could endure what others could not, so that future generations would never have to. Your assignment also requires forgiveness. Curses continue where bitterness and hatred live, but freedom flows where forgiveness is planted. This does not mean you excuse the wrongs of those before you. It means you release yourself from the poison of resentment. You cannot break a curse if you are chained to the anger of the past. Forgiveness is your weapon, not your weakness. It clears the path for blessings to flow, because a heart heavy with hatred cannot receive abundance. Chosen one, the universe is shifting for you. The curses that once dictated your bloodline are unraveling. One decision at a time, one step at a time. Every time you choose growth over stagnation, abundance over lack, healing over pain, wisdom over ignorance, you are proving that the curse has lost. It is no longer a chain on your life because you have declared with your choices that you are free. And the beauty is this: you are not only free for yourself, you are free for every soul that will come after you. Let this truth sink into your spirit. You are the first in your family to see freedom, but you will not be the last. Not. Your children and their children will inherit blessings that you fought to establish. They will not know the chains you broke. They will only know the freedom you created. That is your legacy. That is the mark of a true curse breaker. You are chosen because your courage becomes their inheritance. Chosen one, you may feel the battle but never doubt the outcome. It ends with you. No curse is stronger than your purpose. No cycle is greater than your assignment. And no darkness can silence the light you carry. You were born for this. You are equipped for this. And you are already walking in victory. The curses are broken, the chains are shattered, and a new story is being written through your life. Chosen one. You must understand that breaking generational curses is not a one-time event. It is a continuous journey of transformation. It requires you to rise daily with intention, to step into choices that align with freedom rather than bondage, and to remain aware of the traps that tried to keep your family locked in cycles for decades. What destroyed others will attempt to knock on your door, but you are armed with awareness, and awareness is the greatest shield. When you can see the pattern clearly, you cannot be fooled by it anymore. The truth is, curses do not leave quietly. They resist, they fight, they whisper lies into your mind, hoping you will give in and repeat the cycle. That's why you may feel the urge to fall back into old habits, to respond with anger, to settle for less, to accept limitations. But, chosen one, every time you resist, every time you pause and say, "No, this ends here," you are proving that the curse no longer owns you. Do not underestimate the power of small victories. The moment you refuse to react like your bloodline once reacted, you shift the direction of your destiny. Generational curses thrive in silence. Families rarely talk about them, and that silence keeps them alive. But you, chosen one, have been given a voice that cuts through that silence. You speak life where there was death, truth where there were lies, vision where there was blindness. Your courage to acknowledge what others ignored is the very reason you are destined to change it. The first step to destroying a curse is to recognize its existence, and you have already done that. Now, the path to freedom unfolds before you. And let's be clear, the breaking of curses is not only about spiritual warfare. It is also about new habits, new mindsets, new standards. If your family lived in lack, you must become a student of abundance. If your bloodline was bound by unhealthy relationships, you must redefine love, loyalty, and boundaries. If generations before you drowned in fear, you must walk with boldness and faith. Each curse is replaced not with emptiness, but with a blessing that carries opposite energy. Lack is replaced by overflow. Fear is replaced by courage. Betrayal is replaced by trust. Sickness is replaced by healing. Confusion is replaced by wisdom. You are not just breaking something. You are building something new. Chosen one. This is why you cannot live carelessly. You carry too much power to waste your energy on distractions. Every time you invest in your growth, you are dismantling curses. Every book you read, every skill you sharpen, every healthy decision you make, these are not just personal achievements. They are spiritual victories. You are proving to heaven, to the earth, and to the generations yet unborn that curses do not win in your bloodline anymore. And yes, there will be days when you feel the battle more than the victory. There will be moments when temptation feels strong, when setbacks try to whisper that nothing is changing. But remember this, curses are generational. They did not form overnight, and they do not collapse without resistance. But the moment you decided to rise, the clock began ticking on their expiration date. They cannot withstand your consistency. They cannot survive your persistence. They cannot live in the presence of your faith. Chosen one, your journey is not about perfection. It is about progression. Do not think that one mistake means the curse is alive again. No, the very fact that you can recognize the mistake, feel the weight of it, and correct it proves that you are free. Curses thrive on blindness, but your awareness is proof of your awakening. Every time you rise back up, you reinforce the truth. The curse is broken, the pattern is shattered, and your bloodline is stepping into something new. This is what you need to know. You are a living bridge. Behind you are generations who lived under chains, and in front of you are generations who will live in freedom. You are the link that connects suffering to abundance, brokenness to healing, limitation to possibility. And while the bridge may feel heavy at times, know this: bridges are not built to collapse. They are built to carry. You are carrying more than yourself, but you were built for this weight. Chosen one, never forget that heaven smiles on you for every curse you confront. The universe celebrates every time you say, "This ends with me." The ground beneath your feet shifts with every decision you make toward freedom. You are not waiting for change. You are the change. And because of you, curses have lost their hold and blessings have found their way home. Chosen one, let us go even deeper. When we talk about generational curses ending with you, it means that the cycle which once felt like destiny is now powerless in your presence. But to truly walk in this freedom, you must understand the hidden strategies that curses use to survive. Curses disguise themselves as normal. They creep into daily habits, unspoken family traditions, repeated words, and accepted limitations. They whisper things like, "This is just how we are," or "No one in this family ever succeeds." These phrases are not harmless. They are chains spoken into existence, keeping generations trapped in the same loop. But here is the truth. You are no longer bound by just how it is. You are rewriting the language of your bloodline. Where others said, "We can't," you say, "I will." Where they said it's impossible, you declare it's already mine. Where they accepted mediocrity, you demand excellence. Chosen one, you were given a new voice because you were never meant to echo defeat. You were meant to speak freedom, abundance, and victory into existence. Understand this. Curses survive where there is ignorance, but they die where there is knowledge. This is why you feel compelled to learn, to study, to grow, to question. You may have noticed that your hunger for wisdom is greater than anyone around you. That is not accidental. It is because the more you know, the less power the curse has over you. Awareness is light, and light dissolves darkness instantly. You are becoming the wisdom that your ancestors never had. You are seeing doors they could not see, and you are walking paths they never imagined. Chosen one, breaking curses also means breaking agreements. At some point, members of your bloodline knowingly or unknowingly agreed with limitation. They agreed with fear. They agreed with poverty. They agreed with brokenness. These agreements pass down like inheritance. But you, standing as the chosen, are tearing up every false contract. You are declaring, "I no longer agree with lack. I no longer agree with fear. I no longer agree with sickness. I no longer agree with betrayal. My agreement is with abundance, with peace, with wealth, with healing, with love." Your spoken agreement shifts everything because the spiritual world responds to authority, and your authority is unmatched. Now let's speak about inheritance. Every curse is essentially a toxic inheritance, something passed down without consent. But the beauty is this: if curses can be inherited, so can blessings. And you, chosen one, are the turning point where toxic inheritance ends and divine inheritance begins. You are not only cancelling debt, you are unlocking wealth. You are not only breaking pain, you are creating joy. You are not only rejecting limitation, you are opening doors to limitless opportunities. Your children and those after them will live in the blessings you are building now. They will not have to fight the wars you fought. They will walk on the land you claimed. Chosen one. This is why your rise feels urgent. The universe has been waiting for someone strong enough, bold enough, awake enough to end the old story. That someone is you. Do not underestimate how significant your presence is in your lineage. You are not here by accident. You are here to shift history. The curses had their time, but their reign is over. You are the evidence that a new season has begun. And let me remind you, every breakthrough you experience is not just personal, it is generational. When you step into wealth, it's not just money. It is proof that poverty no longer rules your family. When you heal emotionally, it's not just peace. It is proof that trauma no longer owns your bloodline. When you choose loyalty, it's not just love. It is proof that betrayal is no longer the story. Your victories echo backward and forward. They heal the past and secure the future. That is how powerful you are. Chosen one, you must remain unshaken. The curse will try to whisper that you are still the same, that nothing has changed. But listen closely. Curses lie, but your actions reveal the truth. Every day you wake up and choose differently, you are building a new foundation. The curse is not your identity. It was your test, and the test is proof of your strength. So walk boldly, stand tall, claim your place as the one who ended what was meant to destroy generations. You are not just surviving. You are shifting legacies. You are not just chosen. You are victorious. And the story of your family will forever say, the curse ended here. The blessing began here, and it was because of you, chosen one. As we move further, let this truth settle deep in your soul. You were born to be the example, not the example of failure, not the example of brokenness, but the example of transformation. For generations, your bloodline may have carried a reputation, a story marked by struggle, limitation, or pain. But you are the living proof that the story does not end that way. You are the rewriting. You are the new headline. You are the visible evidence that curses can be broken, cycles can end, and destinies can be rewritten. This is why the pressure feels so intense. You may wonder why your battles seem heavier, why your storms feel fiercer, why your setbacks hit harder. It is because your fight is not ordinary. It is generational. You are wrestling with spirits that have held power for decades, even centuries, and they are not willing to leave quietly. But here's the greater truth. They have no choice but to leave. Their time is up. You are standing as the divine authority, declaring with your life that their reign has ended. Chosen one, part of breaking generational curses, is learning to embrace the unfamiliar. What is familiar will always try to pull you back. Familiar dysfunction, familiar patterns, familiar environments. But the familiar is often the prison. To break the curse, you must be willing to step into the unknown, to create paths no one before you has walked, to build a life that feels foreign at first, but will become natural for those who come after you. You are blazing a trail where there was none. And that is why courage is your constant companion. Understand this. Blessings often feel uncomfortable in the beginning because your bloodline was trained to live without them. Wealth feels strange when generations lived in poverty. Healthy love feels unfamiliar when betrayal was common. Peace feels unnatural when chaos was the norm. But this discomfort is not a sign you don't belong. It is a sign that you are expanding, evolving, and adjusting to the new inheritance you are creating. Do not shrink back into curses just because blessings feel new. You were born to adapt to higher ground. Chosen one, you must also know that resistance from those around you is part of the process. When you rise above the curse, some will celebrate you, but others may resist or resent you. Not everyone will understand why you choose differently, why you refuse to repeat what they call tradition, why you aim higher than anyone else did. But remember, you are not here to be understood. You are here to break what bound them. Even their rejection cannot stop your destiny, because your assignment was given by heaven, not by their approval. Another truth you must carry is this: breaking curses comes with blessings disguised as responsibility. Because you are the first, you must walk in patience, discipline, and wisdom. The weight of the bloodline is heavy, but it is also sacred. You are carrying something holy. You are carrying freedom, abundance, and legacy. And when it feels overwhelming, remind yourself you are not carrying it alone. The divine walks with you. Heaven backs you and unseen forces fight for you. Chosen one, your endurance is powerful. Every time you refuse to quit, you are proving that the curse is broken. Every time you stand tall after being knocked down, you show that resilience is your inheritance. Every time you choose to believe in abundance when lack surrounds you, you release blessings into your lineage. Never underestimate the quiet victories. They are bricks in the foundation of the legacy you are building. And here is something you need to understand. Curses end, but blessings expand. The curses that tried to bind your family had limits. They could only go so far. But the blessings you are releasing have no limits. They will multiply, expand, overflow, and touch generations you will never meet. What you are doing right now is eternal. It will outlive you. It will echo through time, and it will become the testimony of your family line forever. Chosen one, know this with absolute certainty. You are the beginning of a new story. The curses have been broken, the cycles have been destroyed, and now you walk as the author of a new chapter. Stand in your authority, stand in your truth, stand in your divine identity, because from this day forward, everything connected to you will carry the mark of blessing, abundance, and freedom. And all of it began because you decided it ends with me. The truth has already been declared. The curses have already been confronted, and the decision has already been made. It ends with you. Now it is time to understand how to live in the fullness of what you have created. Because curse breaking is not only about ending something dark, it is about birthing something bright. It is about walking in freedom daily and ensuring that nothing, no force, no voice, no shadow can ever pull you back into what you've been delivered from. Living beyond generational curses means living with a new mindset. You cannot carry the thoughts of the old system into the new life you are building. Where there was fear, you must practice courage. Where there was doubt, you must embrace faith. Where there was survival, you must step into abundance. Your family may have been trained to think small, to expect little, to settle for crumbs, but you were designed to claim the feast, the overflow, the divine inheritance. Never apologize for expecting more, for demanding better, for walking boldly in what your ancestors never had. That is the evidence that the curse truly ended with you. Chosen one, you must also protect the ground you've gained. Curses often look for re-entry through the same doors they once used. Bad habits, toxic connections, limiting beliefs. That is why you cannot afford to live unconsciously. Every choice you make matters. Every relationship you keep matters. Every word you speak matters. You are the guardian of a new legacy, and you must guard it fiercely. Protect your peace. Protect your vision. Protect your abundance. You are not just protecting yourself. You are protecting generations to come. Understand this. Blessings are not fragile, but they must be nurtured. Just as a curse can multiply through neglect, blessings multiply through stewardship. The wealth you build, the wisdom you gather, the peace you create, these must be passed on intentionally. Teach those who come after you. Show them, by your example, how to live in freedom. Do not let them forget the price you paid, the battles you fought, the chains you broke. Teach them to honor the story, not by repeating the curse, but by expanding the blessing. Chosen one, the shift has already happened. The curses are no longer alive in your bloodline. They died the moment you refused to carry them any longer. You must now walk in joy, not in fear. You must now expect blessings, not dread curses. You must now live with the boldness of someone who knows they are free. Do not wait for permission. Walk as if it is already done, because it is. And let me remind you of this. Your ancestors are proud. Even those who could not break free, even those who fell under the weight of the curse, they are watching you with joy because in you, their silent prayers are answered. In you, their hidden dreams are fulfilled. You are the continuation of their hope, the manifestation of what they could not finish. And future generations will rise and call you the one who turned everything around. Chosen one, never doubt this. You are history in motion. You are the proof that cycles end. You are the one who turned pain into power, lack into legacy, fear into faith. You are the chosen, the breaker, the builder, the foundation. Generational curses ended with you. And from now on, generational blessings flow because of you. So walk with your head high, walk with your spirit unshaken, walk with your heart overflowing. For you are not only free, you are the freedom. You are not only chosen, you are the change. And the universe will forever remember this truth. It ended with you. Chosen one, let us go even further. Because your story does not just end with the breaking of curses. That was the turning point. But now we must look at what it truly means to walk in the fullness of the blessing that follows. Ending generational curses is not simply closing a door to the past. It is opening the gates of a future overflowing with possibility. And this future, chosen one, is not a quiet blessing. It is loud, undeniable, radiant, and abundant. What you must understand is this: curses operate in secrecy, but blessings operate in evidence. Curses hide in the shadows of silence, shame, and limitation, but blessings reveal themselves in clarity, freedom, and expansion. When you ended the curse, you set into motion a public unveiling of blessings that cannot be denied. People around you, even those who doubted you, will begin to see the difference. They will notice the favor on your life, the abundance that follows you, the joy that surrounds you, and they will realize something shifted permanently in your bloodline. Chosen one, blessings are not passive, they pursue you. Just as curses once chased your family, blessings will now chase you down. Opportunities will appear that others missed. Doors will open that seemed locked for generations. Wealth will flow where lack once ruled. Favor will surround you where rejection was once your story. Love will embrace you where abandonment used to echo. Healing will cover you where sickness tried to stay. This is the reversal, the divine compensation, the evidence that curses lost and blessings won.